supported me over the years, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today without their support.
No, you know what? I agree with you 100%, and I say this all the time when people tell me that certain talents don't like to do these things, and I scratch my head, and I'm like, all right, outside of the whole money, side of it, I mean, who doesn't like to make a couple extra bucks? But how do you not feel like it's your responsibility to give back to your fan base that supported you for, and some of them 30 years? I feel like you need to be like you should hold yourself responsible to give back to the fan base and do the meet and greets, sign autographs. I mean, nobody's saying you got to do it every weekend, but a couple of times a year, I kind of feel that it should be like an obligation that you kind of need to do.
Well, it really is, because to me, when I hear somebody say that, I don't say anything to them, because I feel like it's just because they're young and they haven't really been educated yet. But some people just say, well, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do something, and so I'm not really here for that. And it's like, anytime that you're out in the public and somebody recognizes you, my father said this to me, and I took it to heart. He said, this may be the 100th time that you've seen somebody that wants your autograph. Maybe 200, and you're tired or whatever. But that person that is seeing you that time, that's their first time seeing you. It's not like you, where you've seen 100 people before him or more. That's the first time that they see you. And so every time that you go up to somebody and you give them a bad attitude, he says, over a career, say you do that maybe to 100 people in a year, because you've gone from year to year to year, and you just, at times, you just feel like, I don't owe this person anything, so I'm just going to blow him off and be a dick to him. Right. Well, after you do that to 100 people, those 100 people all have at least 20 friends, and they tell friends on what the experience was. So now it turns into the 100 people into 600 or 800 people or more. And now you look at that over a 10-year span, that you constantly start doing it more and more throughout your career, because you feel like you're a superstar now and you don't owe these fans anything. Now, all of a sudden, halfway through your career, your reputation now becomes you're a jerk, and you're not, right? It's just that you felt at times like I don't owe them anything. And so over a period of time of a career, you've turned so many people off because of those different times and moments that you've had, that you have disgruntled so many people that now 50-50 of them think that you're a jerk. Yep. So I really took that to heart when my father said, it's the first time they've seen you. Don't make them think that you're a jerk. Make sure that you at least go out of your way to try, even if you're in a bad mood, to shake their hand and explain to them that you're tired and that you have to really be on your way, but you appreciate them.
Okay. Let me ask you this, only because this came up in conversation our last show, and with the Royal Rumble kind of in the rearview mirror. What is your feel about the fans that kind of linger around the airport waiting to get selfies and things signed? And I'm not just talking about someone that got off a plane and say, hey, there's Ken Shamrock. I'm talking about a guy, like people that plan out their entire day of loitering around the airport waiting for people like you to get off the plane so they can get an autograph or a selfie.
Well, I think that not so much the airports, which I get it, but I think the thing that really kind of bothers me the most is when you're going to an event, a paid event, where you're going to be brought in by somebody, and then you've got 100 of those fans standing outside the event waiting to get an autograph and a picture from you, so that they don't have to go in and pay the money to do it, so that now these guys that are bringing you in and promoters that are bringing you in are basically taking money out of their pockets.
Right.
Because they don't want to go in and spend the money that these guys have paid to fly me in, to pay for my room, to pay for my meals, and those people standing out there in the lobby and out in the parking lot that are trying to get the freebies are now saying to the people that are bringing them in and giving everybody a chance to meet us, now they're saying to them that we don't care about how much money you have to pay to bring them in. We're going to take money out of your pocket by trying to sneak around the back door or around the front entrance, because we don't care whether or not they had to pay to bring you in. That's the stuff that bothers me, because they know that somebody had to pay for us to come in, and that these people are bringing us in so other people have the opportunity to pay a little bit of money, to be able to shake our hands, be able to take pictures, and that way, when these guys continue to keep doing it 3, 4, 5 times a year, that everybody has a chance to meet their celebrity or their hero, and these other people who seems to be growing more and more don't want to pay the money to come in and do that, so that it hurts the promoters to be able to have the opportunity to bring these celebrities in.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, Dave.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely takes money out of our pockets. I don't agree with the people waiting at the airports either, but
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just saying what bothers me more is when you have the paid event and you're actually going in and everybody knows that you're being brought in by somebody.
Right,
and that they try to stand out there and actually take pictures and come up and ask you for autographs, and you can look at them and going, listen, I'm here on somebody else's dime. I'm not here to sign autographs, just to sign them out. I said I've been brought in for a purpose, so I can't do that. And so, and then they get all mad at you, and you're like, dude, it's like, what do you want me to do? I have a contract. I can't break my contract. And then you go to the airport, and it's kind of the same thing, even though you're not on the grounds where you are at the actual event, but at airports where they actually drive in and they know you're coming in, it's the same thing. But that's easily nullified, because if people are doing their jobs, which, like I said, everybody that, especially these guys that I've worked for, they're always Johnny on the spot. They pick me up at the airport. I don't have to tell people no, because they do.
Right. Yeah, I'm the asshole.
Right. And that's the way it's the way it should be.
No, I have no problem with that either. I have no problem.
It's true. We call him asshole all the time, so that's all right.
Yeah, but it's not really being an asshole. Basically, what he's doing is he's saying, listen, I brought these guys in for everyone to be able to come in and not killing you on the price, but that way you get a picture, an autograph, shake their hand, talk with them. We're bringing them in, and so you guys need to have the courtesy enough to say, hey, cool, man, we appreciate this. So, yeah, we'll go in, we'll pay the fee, and we'll come in and meet our hero.
Right.
No, absolutely. I mean, the whole. I couldn't even send it better in any possible way better than that. I mean, I just feel like when you're coming out of when coming off an airplane, or you're coming out of your hotel room to get something to eat or something to drink, and that's kind of like the off limits. That's a boundary that shouldn't be crossed. If you're coming out of Madison Square Garden, that's one thing, but and then the loiter outside conventions and meet and greets, that's also off limits. It's gotten, I think, with social media now, it's just gotten so crazy, and the access to information that these people have to know where you guys stay, what flights, where you're flying in from, things like that. And I think it's borderline stalking, in my opinion.
Well, and also too, I think people have to realize that when they get upset or angry because somebody says no, they're not saying no to them. They're saying no because we have a contract that we have to honor. We've been brought in to do a certain event, and I can't go over and take money out of the promoter's pocket because somebody comes up to me and asks me outside of an event that I've been brought in to do. And so trying to explain that to them, it's almost like they don't care. It's like they feel entitled that you should sign it, even though, you have a contract with the promoter to come in and do it for other people to pay. And it's like, no, I can't do that.
Yep. No, I agree.
One of the reasons why you're always coming back with us. You respect that.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like, it's not cheap for these guys to bring in 4, 5, 6 different, celebrities to come in and do these autograph things. So that's where I look at when I'm talking to people is like, hey, listen, these guys they're not doing this so that they can go broke. They're doing this so that they can bring in celebrities, have some fun doing it, and be able to at least pay for their costs.
Right. Or beat up former wrestlers.
Yeah, right. That's fun too.
Oh man. Well, Ken, I really appreciate you giving us a call, and fans, you can reach out to Ken Shamrock and follow him on Twitter at ShamrockKen. And I just really appreciate you giving us a call, talking a little bit about your past prior to wrestling in UFC, and giving us your opinion on everything we've asked you about, and your upcoming signing at Wrestlecon in New Orleans, which is April 6th through 8th. So contact MZ Promotions about pre-sales and the hours and days that Ken Shamrock and his other guests will be signing. But I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving us a call.
Yeah, no worries. And listen, we do a podcast once a week, dangerouspodcast.com. You just go to dangerouspodcast.com, click on iTunes and check out. We have like 11, 12 of the episodes we've done already. So anybody listening out there, come check out our podcast. We'll also be promoting the tour up there in New Orleans, so stay in touch with that too. We'll also be talking about it. So, hey, listen, you guys, I appreciate you having me on, man, and I look forward to our time in New Orleans and getting fat.
I hear that.
All right, Ken. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll see you in a couple months.
All right, guys. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Frankenstein Wrestling Superstore in the world-famous Englishtown Flea Market. Blue Building, booths 46 through 48. Check them out for all your wrestling memorabilia needs. They have figures, lucha masks, t-shirts, retro collectibles, DVDs, cards, and so much more. You can also pick up tickets to local indie wrestling promotions. That's right, you heard it here on the Damage 365 Radio Network. The Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore in the world-famous Englishtown Flea Market, Blue Building, booths 46, 47, and 48. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Funkenstein Inc. for more information.
This is Eddie Edwards, one half of the Wolves, and you are listening to Damage 365 Radio, where the hunt is on.
Do you laugh so hard to other podcasts you're a danger on the road?
Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should.
Do you drive your friends crazy going on and on about said podcast?
You're an idiot.
Do you have trouble falling asleep at night?
For 6 months, I couldn't sleep.
If you've answered yes to one or all three of these questions, have no fear.
Here, at After the Credits, we have patented a formula of quasi-cogent opinion seasoned with shameless in-bickering to provide you with an experience that is both AAA safe and moderately amusing.
So join the dueling duo of Robert Kajowski and Norton every week for the latest in trailer and movie reviews, as well as the occasional TV talk. Because at After the Credits on Damage 365 Radio, we believe in four things.
Water's wet, the sky's blue, women have secrets.
And that listening to our show will guarantee that your insurance premiums will plummet.
Neither Robert nor Norton can legally ensure a smooth experience on the road. Some drivers are chess monsters. Additionally, neither After the Credits nor Damage 365 Radio can legally guarantee any insurance premiums will go down. After the Credits, however, can be heard on the iHeartRadio app available through Google Play and iTunes.
This is Lanny Poffo, formerly the genius full of glory and renown. You are listening to Damage 365 Radio.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Check us out on one of our fine locations, 930 Route 34 in Matawan, New Jersey, or 233 East Main Street in Manasquan, New Jersey. From pizza and salads to pasta and buffalo wings, we have something to suit every member of your family. Whether you're seeking to take out, delivery, or just want to dine in, let us do the dishes. We would be more than happy to take care of your next meal. Our courteous and friendly restaurant staff is here to meet and exceed all your expectations. We promise an enjoyable experience each and every time we serve you. Try our award-winning sesame seed crust pizza, the recent winner of first place in the Las Vegas Pizza Open in the Artisans Division. Visit us online at sesameseedpizza.com www.wrestleconfirmed.com for store hours, menus, and phone numbers, or just